Yeah, come on. Yo, this that spooky shit, that real, that's right. That GMSONIC shit. Hey yo, Mr. Clean. Shout out to Dracula Presley, Corvin, Johnny Slash on the beat. Hey yo. Yo, it's the GMSONIC show, Fantom opera flow, permissionless, immutable, unstoppable, spectacular, gather with Corville and Dracula, abracadabra, flip shit like a spatula, few Andre Stan, the master of memes, DeFi king, half man, half virtual machine, no other team can match the collective expertise, no other chain can achieve the supersonic speeds, home of the most creative tech, what's your favorite decks, spooky swap, equalizer, Beethoven X, and when I place my bet, I never break a sweat. Worship the open source code like sacred text. Rest assured, battle tested and ready for war. I check the bribes, cast the vote and collect the rewards. Knock at the door, trick or treat. Move like a zombie, but usually I stay cooler than Fonzie. I get surgical with this, call me Dr. Doom. Break the sound barrier, hit you with a sonic boom. We got it wrapped like a mummy in a tomb. It's about time we address the elephant in the room. It's called Sonic. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. GMSONIC. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. Yo, since the Genesis block, consensus didn't stop. Innovating since day one and never missed the plot. I'm just a humble yield farmer, tending these crops like a routine. See you at the next epoch. Ayo, the DeFi Renaissance, yeah, we were part of that. Your favorite dap, Fantom is where it started at. Go to Paint Swap and cop an ancient artifact. Let's run it back so we can 20x the market cap. FTM's the pre-sale, S is the ticker. It's best to zoom out so you can see the bigger picture. Brand new tech, brand new insignia, no trivia, we stacking more chips than Nvidia. Graduated from Halloween to a sonic theme. The dead chain resurrected, make you want to scream. Due diligence, follow the new primitives, controlled by the citizens, built to move billions. Your mass adoption, that's the only option. We ain't stopping till we locked in the top 10. Who got the best community? Who got the most promise? Who got the most pumponomics? Fantom and now Sonic. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. GMSONIC. Yo, what's the new hot topic? GMSONIC. Straight up alpha, you can get it if you watch it. Yeah, come on. Yo, this that spooky shit, that real, that's right. That GMSONIC shit. Hey yo, Mr. Clean. Shout out to Dracula Presley, Corvin, Johnny Slash on the beat. Hey yo. Yo, it's the GMSONIC show, Fantom opera flow, permissionless, immutable, unstoppable, spectacular, gather with Corville and Dracula, abracadabra, flip shit like a spatula, few Andre Stan, the master of memes, DeFi king, half man, half virtual machine, no other team can match the collective expertise, no other chain can achieve the supersonic speeds, home of the most creative tech, what's your favorite decks, spooky swap.
Okay. I need the price to go up. I can't take this anymore. Every day I'm checking the price and it's dipping. Every day I check the price, bad price. I can't take this anymore, man. I have overinvested by a lot. It is what it is, but I need the price to go up. Can devs do something? Okay.
And wow, the devs really did do something. Wherever you are, Hard Rock Nick, you can rest easy knowing the devs finally did do something, and the price has recovered, and I am back to my 2021 portfolio. How are you doing, Dracula? Good morning, Sonic.
Man, good morning. Yeah. Kind of wild about Hard Rock. The thing about Hard Rock Nick that's kind of wild is like, I don't even know if anyone actually knows for sure if he passed away.
Oh, I gotcha. I preempted this. I knew you wouldn't believe just because he faked his death once.
Yeah, he faked his death
once. Do it twice. Okay.
Wow. So they got it confirmed, huh?
Yeah, they got the actual court documents. This whatever they call it, letter of deceasement. I don't know.
Letter of deadness.
Yeah, so I don't know the actual story because when I was Googling around, I heard some things about him shooting himself. I heard a gun accident. I've also heard he had AIDS, so I don't know. I don't know what to believe, dude. There's all kinds of misinformation flying around about Hard Rock Nick, but I think I speak for everyone in the crypto community. You brought us a lot of joy, Hard Rock Nick. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I gotta say, I gotta find the clip somewhere. But he actually, we were like releasing something, and this was last run, so this is probably like 2021, early 2022. We were releasing something, and we had this big Discord party, and people were in this thing for hours because we had a technical hold up on something. And while we were waiting, somebody got Hard Rock Nick to make a cameo about, how we were like fucking everything up. And it was, I got to find it, man, because pretty special to have a message from the man himself. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, if you saw any recent pictures of him, he got like, obviously he's pretty, not like a fat guy, but he's, thick boy. And he got like insanely skinny. So, maybe, I don't know. That doesn't always mean somebody's sick, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just had Ozempic, right?
Could have just been
on that Ozempic pod.
Yeah. So, but yeah, rest in peace, brother. Lots of laughs there. But like you said, I think he would be happy to know that the devs did something.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm sure all of you watching now are rich beyond your wildest imaginations. There's no way that at least one thing you're holding has not pumped quite a bit in the last.
Yeah, we're starting to get that feeling, right?
To get a little euphoric, if you will.
Yeah, starting to get that feeling, man. Because even with Bitcoin moving miraculously, alts are moving, which we've had a big problem with that here lately. With Bitcoin moving and everybody still bleeding or sideways. So I guess 100K is the magic number that everybody goes, you know what? We're just going to pump everything. We're okay.
Oh, yeah. I think there was someone was saying a bunch of liquidations up at just under 100K. Wait, Bitcoin actually hit 100K?
No, it was a big tease. In fact, I think we were pretty much last episode. I think we were like in real time seeing it almost tap 100. It tapped like 99, 500. And I mean, just enough to, be like, haha, you didn't hit 100K. And now you're getting, we're going to activate liquidations.
A freaking rounding error.
Yeah. So we're going to do it though, right? I mean, it's like anything else. You're going to probably going to tap 100K or close to 100K a couple times before we can finally bust through. I mean, 100K on Bitcoin, it's like the ultimate. I mean, may as well just pull it up since I'm already just talking about it and not Fantom. The ultimate resistance, right? It's what we've dreamed of since Bitcoin was $3,000 or whatever. I mean, I think it's not gonna be easy to bust through, I don't think. But when it does, it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah, it's a huge psychological hurdle. Makes me feel sad because I don't own a single Bitcoin, dude. I could have been up, dog. Because this thing's gonna go to it's gonna rip to 1 million the second it crosses 100,001 penny. Just a straight shot to 1 million, dude.
Yeah.
$199,999.
And yeah, I mean, looking at the weekly, we're still in absolute, up only rip mode. We're starting to form a red candle here on the weekly. I would be surprised if it ends up red by the end of the week. I bet it's green.
Bold.
But yeah, I mean, everything, way above the trend line. The Ichi looks great. We're in uncharted territory, so I haven't even drawn any meme lines. The funny thing about my Bitcoin chart and my Fantom chart is like a lot of these lines, I mean, have just been drawn from like so long ago, and I just leave them because they keep on playing out. But yeah, we don't got anything to draw a line yet. It's like we're in space.
Game.
Yeah, we're in space, man. We got to figure out what the new supports are, what the new resistance is.
We got an air ball in the air right now.
Yeah,
it's floating up there when it gets slam dunked back to 75.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that 1 month ago we were still in the 60s. So that's just how it goes.
It's even crazier to think at the beginning of this year we were at like 30 or something. It felt like the death. One year ago, we were like what, almost 16K or something. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean,
look at that, dude. I hate it when the boomers are right. If you just buy the Bitcoin, you'll be fine. Here I am holding the world's internet computer, world's most internet computer, Ethereum, and I'm looking like a goddamn idiot.
Well, it's like I tell people all the time. I mean, I know this is a Fantom Sonic centric show, but I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it's a good idea to buy some Bitcoin once a month, once a week, whatever. It doesn't even have to be a lot, just, buy it and don't even look at the wallet it's in, or, set it up through a exchange or something to do a weekly buy. Don't even look at it. I don't think you can go wrong really, because Bitcoin, I feel like I look at it different than I look at alts or Ethereum, or I look at Bitcoin like, what's it going to be in like 10 or 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
It's like a real investment, it's not like this isn't like a 1 or 2 year play. This is like, this is more like, what do you think Bitcoin's going to be in like 15 years, 10 years?
Bitcoin is the crypto bros like 401k, dude. Basically, it's like your crypto IRA. You know what I'm saying? Like you just throw the money in there, you forget about it. You come back in 30 years. But now let's talk about our freaking baby, Fantom. Yeah. Now, Fantom, look at this. Okay, so we just hit $1. That's like our 100,000, right? Except we get rejected every time. Yeah. Like this is a vile territory. I don't like being around $1, to be honest. I prefer it went up another 50 cents or down another 20, just because it feels like every time we hit $1, rubber bands psychotically. But think about this: if one Bitcoin is worth $100,000, imagine how much how rich you'll be if Fantom goes to $100,000.
Yeah, it might take a little bit of time, but imagine that. Yeah, I mean, $1's hard on Fantom. This will be our third time going to $1 in, I guess, like a year. And like you said, every time it's been like a very violent, like, get back in the basement. What are you doing up here? And honestly, I think it's because of traders knowing that, I'm just going to set all my sell orders to $1. Why not? It's going to go back to $1. I think that this will be, it's like Alex says here, third time's a charm. I feel it. Yeah. I mean, like all things, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, I mean, like all things, when you're breaking a really big psychological barrier or resistance or whatever, you're going to get smacked. For it to be like organic and for it to really come back, like go through it strong, I feel like you're going to need to get smacked down a couple times. And the way the market's going and Sonic's right around the corner, I think it's a good chance to watch and see what happens. I think, knock on wood, I'm yet to have like the Jim Cramer effect with things I call, so we should be safe. Knock on wood that I think this time we have to be in a good position to finally get up over this dollar and make, dollar new support.
Right on. I love the idea of making dollar the new support. I do wonder if the paradigm has shifted significantly enough for, like you said, because a lot of traders, they'll put their buys and their sell orders around $1. That's why it gets so slippery. Because you know what? I'll say it. Dracula, they're not going to like me saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm taking a page out of Donald Trump's book here. I'm going to be a contrarian. I'm going to say the truth of the matter. It's because they're amateurs, dude. Everyone knows you trade around those psychologically significant but mathematically irrelevant points in time, right? The real genius sets their buy and sell at 98.98342186. Am I wrong?
That's right. No, that's right, man. You sometimes you get lucky with the stink bids. I remember there was a famous Coinbase candle, like this was like sometime last run, where something happened with Ethereum. And this was when Ethereum was still like, barely $1,000. And there was some candle, don't know how it happened, but it like wicked like single dollar level Ethereum, like in this insane, like random wick. And a bunch of people had like stink bids down there and got like $3 Ethereum.
Wow.
I'm sure they immediately sold.
I do remember that. Remember that. Yeah.
I'm sure they immediately sold, and now they're like, damn, I should have kept it. But yeah, I mean, it does happen, dream big. So
yeah.
But
that happened like not too long ago, didn't it? There was like, I think it was Ethereum where it was just some dumb bid like 60% below the market price. It might have even been a Bitcoin. Every time I see that though, I think like this is like a centralized exchange, like engaging in some criminality.
Yeah,
basically.
usually. I mean, that's usually the case. But there were some exchanges last run, especially that were kind of famous for kind of following price with their market makers, but making some very questionable wicks when they wanted to liquidate a bunch of people, or hit a price where their buys were at or whatever. But
we
yeah,
won't name them, but we all know who they are, and you two out there know who they are.
Yeah, one of them's in prison for a long time now. But yeah, I mean, we're here. We're over $1 again. The candle looks good. It's all lined up nicely. Sonic's here. I'm noticing on the timeline that there's something going on the timeline that you want to see, which is like, we kind of have our usual bubble of people that, are bigger accounts, but do talk about Fantom. But I'm noticing a lot of people I've never seen before. I'm noticing a lot of big accounts that don't usually talk about Fantom, talking about Fantom. I think the hype is real right now. You know what I mean? It's, the meme explosion a few weeks ago or whatever, a month ago on Fantom, brought a lot of eyes to the chain. And I think that compounded with Sonic. Yeah, things, I mean, everybody's starting to remember that DeFi run that Fantom had last run, and Sonic being positioned as like, hey, we're bringing DeFi back. I think people are really getting interested, and it's perfect timing because that's what people want. People, when you get this bigger money, this retail money, memes are kind of like buying a lotto ticket. People want things to do with their money that are like not quite as risky, things that can, generate revenue that aren't just like relying on luck. You know what I mean? So we're moving into that, I think, with Bitcoin almost getting to 100K. We're getting a lot of new eyes to crypto in general, but we're definitely getting a lot of attention on Fantom right now.
For sure. And to Alex Mason's point, the pump.com implosion is helping too. I think there is like a confluence of factors at play here, right? We want to talk about it a little bit here. I've got a thread that this guy put together, and I'm really grateful because I wasn't really looking. I was last night I was looking into this. The pump fund like controversy, right? I think it's definitely contributing to the shift to DeFi because a lot of people are seeing. Look, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the room to know that if crime is happening on a streaming platform where there are also financial crimes happening, you're going to get a lot of attention from federal like authorities really quickly.
Yeah.
And this could put a real kink in the gears for meme coins just overall. Because as we know, well, we've had a nice blossoming here on Fantom. Their memes on base, they're kind of everywhere. The really big spot was Solana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if Pump Fund goes away, that's like what, like a quarter of the volume of Solana just drying up.
So, big, yeah. I mean,
and the chances of people just going straight to cash out of Solana with this is pretty low anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm seeing that happen. I think, kind of like I was saying earlier, how just even just being on the timeline, noticing how there's like a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Fantom or new people. I'm noticing that like in the trenches, right? Mm-hmm. Like the group chats I'm in, the project chats I'm in. I'm noticing a lot of people coming in like, hey, how do I buy Fantom? Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? And it's a lot of Solana people. And it's kind of like, it's cool because it's sort of like what everybody's been trying to do the entire like second half of the bear market leading up into the price, where we're at now getting better is like, like everybody was trying to capture like that soul. Like, how do we, do that? Mm-hmm. And I don't think anybody's done it quite yet because, there's so many things that come into play, but Sonic being in the position it is right now with the things that are happening with Pump Fund and Solana, the timing does lend itself to like Sonic, getting a bunch of new users. Cause that's what I'm seeing. I am seeing people asking a lot of questions about like Fantom memes and Fantom projects and a lot of new people showing up all over the place. So you can just feel it, man. It's building.
Yeah. I'm liking these ideas from Sonic Signals in the chat. I don't know who this is. Maybe they work on a project themselves, but they're saying Degen Express could add some cool features to onboard more users. I think that's a good idea. There's lots of stuff. I think live streaming was a cool thing that Pump Fund did. Unfortunately, I think they should have put more effort into the moderation beforehand. Not like I'm a granny here clutching my pearls or whatever, but it got pretty serious. And we'll get into it in just a second. But I want to touch on what you said, Dracula, too. There does seem to be a mass exodus from Solana, and a lot of it is coming on to Fantom Sonic, but there is also some interesting developments. I saw this morning that the Fantom wallet, the Solana wallet, is now adding support for base, maybe some easy bridging features. We get something like that on Sonic, get the gateway in there. You know what I mean? We got to grease those rails for these fat idiots to come over with their fat Solana wallets. But
yeah, and I think that's somebody had a good post where they said like, you guys don't understand. Solana didn't onboard people. Fantom, the wallet, onboarded people. Mm-hmm. And it is because it is ridiculously easy. It holds your hand through everything. It gives you all your information right when you pull it up. You can swap from him within it. You can, move NFTs around from within it. Yeah, we could really, having Fantom wallet on Sonic would be huge. But yeah, I mean, I feel like they've been smart. They've taken their time into how they've moved into EVM. They started with the logical ones like Ethereum and, Polygon, which, whatever. But they're kind of starting to like move their way and they're kind of doing it like one chain at a time. And I think that's smart. So yeah, I mean, it's like, so that's what, we need like tools that there's still just not an easy way really to get from like Solana to Fantom. I'm sure there's stuff in the pipeline for Sonic. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that could be, if somebody could kind of solve that problem, I think it would be big.
Yeah. So real quick, I just want to give a couple of examples of things happening on Pump Fund. Just got it pulled up, and then we can jump to the Andre Solidly 2.0 post because we got some requests for it. Suicide, kidnapping, fish killing, gun violence, mom nudes, sister nudes, strippers, kids rugging, no hands, burning alive, teens fighting. I mean, this isn't that big of a deal. What, they just box? That's kind of just cool. Anyway, look, my friends and I used to do this for free. You know what I mean? Like, just in our backyard. That's not that cool. Drugs.
Yeah.
Also, I pay to do that.
No, look at
Okay.
All right. STD, that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, on the toilet. I think this guy was saying he wasn't going to leave the toilet.
Yeah.
This
dog
is a
cage.
fetish thing. That's a fetish
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, Corville, you used to do that for free too on stream.
I would get paid for that. This shit's always so scary to me, dude. It's so like, you know, like when you're like a little kid and you see some sex stuff and it makes you like uncomfortable or nervous. I remember seeing Pulp Fiction, and you know, the guy comes out of like the GIMP, comes out of the box.
Yeah.
That shit scarred me as a kid. I was like, oh my god. I guess it seems supposed to be scary though.
Yeah, I mean, and it was crazy how the meta, you know, this guy kind of like wrapped up a lot of the metas that like happen rapidly. But I'm gonna mute my Telegram. Where it was like over a couple days, it would like switch so fast. So, you know, it started with the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like 2 or 3 days there of like, you know, the people doing that thing, you know, like you were saying, where they are like, you know, I'm not like getting up from the toilet. Yeah. There was a guy that was like in water, which was like, he was in a tub in water. So I'm like, dude, that could like seriously mess you up. Like he was like, I'm not getting out of the bathtub until, you know, we get to this market cap. And then it slid into the OnlyFans meta, which I guess, you know, from there is where I think it really spiraled out, because once you hit the girls saying, okay, I'll take my top off at this market cap, I'll do this. That's when you started to kind of get this really like out there scary stuff with, you know, people saying they're going to like shoot somebody or, you know, shoot themselves or, you know, do something really messed up to hurt themselves, you know?
For a while, I thought it was really just good publicity that they were doing, like good marketing, or it's like, look at how insane and stupid this is. And by the way, I want to point out, like, you know, the markets make this more intense and like a lot more whatever, right? Like, but it's also not that different than what happens on Twitch or Kick or Rumble or all these other places. And that people do illegal streams all the time because you get paid to do it. You know, this is just like a little bit more. I don't know. I guess there's a lot more people willing to bet here, like more people willing to throw money around. Because I saw a thing it was like a Twitch streamer who was like speeding and drinking on the highway, like live streaming it in like a Ferrari, like he was drinking vodka and like going like 120 on a highway. So yeah, I mean, but it is not a good look for us just because it's tangential to us. But anyway. Yeah. Let's put a pin on that, because we running out of time. You know, I don't want to. We got to pick your big beautiful brain, Dracula, about something else, dude.
Well, I guess we got. Yeah, I guess we got the big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big.
Oh wait, we both got it at the same time, dude.
We both hit it at the same time. Yeah, Andre, not exactly saying what he's going to do, but I would have to say this is a strong hint, right? We've covered this on the show that, you know, he's kind of been having jabs with some of the solidly forked dexes over the last few months, especially Aerodrome. Then he did kind of release a series of posts, you know, talking about like what he would do different, you know, like what he wanted to do. And he released this banger yesterday. So he was retweeting one of his posts talking about, here are like some things I wanted to do with like the AMM. And everybody went wild. I mean, as expected, right? Do we know if does this mean solidly 2? I don't know for sure, actually, because reading between the lines, he might just be wanting to release this like AMM model he's talking about. But hard not to speculate, considering that solidly V2 talk has been thrown around for years now.
Yeah. I think this GIF implies that he's gonna kill half the people that use solidly force. No, I mean, solidly V2, it has been talked about for a while. I thought there was a solidly V2 for a little bit, but I think that was just someone named their thing that. But I'm curious to see what he does. It's kind of an interesting thing for Andre to do here. I wonder how he's going to handle it. Some people are saying he might license it and then just give certain people access, because that would make a little bit more sense. He works for the Sonic Foundation. He's brought in all these people, all these dexes. He's just bringing them in just to slaughter them.
I don't think so. I think he likes to build things. I don't think he's gonna make solidly V2 and hand it out to everybody. I think that he's a builder. He likes to make protocols. He likes to make projects. He's got 5 new primitives already in the pipeline. Let's add a 6th.
Yeah, but the thing is, he likes to build them, but he doesn't want to run them. So you could just build them and hand them off with a licensing, right?
Hey, well, fair on that. But
Andre,
imagine this.
People call my people, dude.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine this. Let's say he has been developing something like this, and in the past, some of his projects, UI has always kind of been an issue. What if they're like, hey, you just think of the big picture. We're going to make like a really nice UI. We're going to like handle all the little tiny things that you don't want to deal with. And I'm just saying this theoretically. I don't have the inside track on this, but I don't know. I mean, it's also like sometimes he will say something and it gets everybody hyped up and crazy, and then he changes his mind. So, it's like he's unpredictable.
He's the Joker.
But, Alex said this. I'm a bit concerned about the Dex landscape. Here's the way I view it. Is if Sonic is going to get the volume that I think it's going to get, honestly, all you have to really think about to me is 2021 Fantom, early 2022 Fantom. I think that there's going to be a lot of projects launching rapidly close to Sonic. And to me, as someone that loves DeFi, I think this couldn't be a better situation, because if you were around in that run, then you remember every single week there was a new yield to chase. Every single week there was a farming opportunity. Every single week there was a fresh chart to ape. To me, this is actually ideal. And yes, there are a lot of dexes coming. And of course, there will probably be that situation where we have a lot launch and, maybe the top 3, 4, or 5 end up capturing the majority of the volume. That's bound to happen as well. But I'm not really concerned. I'm actually excited for this. And knowing what I know, just like from certain group chats and everything about projects that are coming, there's a lot of innovation happening. These aren't all just like, every single one of these aren't just like, they're not all just like forks of, Uniswap. I'm sure there's some that are like meh, but there's a lot of people making projects that are like really interesting, actually have some like innovation. And when you do that, when you're a Dex and you can kind of create your own like lane for yourself, then that's ideal, because then you can have 4 or 5 big dexes and you can use them for different things or use them to farm different things. And I think we're going to see that. I think it's not just going to be like, a million dexes that are just like basic, uniforks with like basic emission farms. I think we're actually going to see a lot of like innovative stuff.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see the kind of variations that we're going to have in dexes and what kind of lanes they might create for themselves, because it does seem like for like the majority of use cases, I mean, I guess we could see things like modularized, right? Where it's like I go to one specific dex or I'm routed there for one specific use case. We'll see. I pulled this comment up, 1 trillion TVL, whatever. But Funeral, when did you draw this, dude? That's an anime reference. You know that, Dracula? That's a horny anime reference. Funeral, I got my eyes on you, kid. You're in trouble.
I'm not familiar with that character. You'll have to fill me in.
I'll tell you right now, she's perfect for crypto because she loves to gamble. And the whole gimmick of this show is whoever she's gambling against is cheating, and she figures out how, and then out cheats them. I don't remember, but she also gets super horny when she does it. It's like she gets off on gambling. Like it's as graphic as it can get without actually showing anything. It's kind of crazy.
And so what you're telling me is this is a derp of that character.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's exactly what it is.
Wow.
And I'm exposing this part of myself to also cast Funeral out, dude. Call him out. I see you, dude. All right. Now I don't know how much more time you got left, Dracula. But you mentioned like some of these more unique protocols coming over to Sonic. I have one pulled up that they just announced called Owl 2 Finance. You want to take a quick look at it with me?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's just do a quick run through here. Owl 2 Finance. This is them. It seems like how they build themselves an intent-centric interoperability protocol, bridge the world with AI agent. So there's a lot of marketing. Look, I'm in marketing. I know there's a lot of marketing talk. There's a lot of buzzwords here. But what basically this means is like simplify transactions that are like cross protocol and possibly even cross chain. I'm getting that from Bridge the World AI agent. So ideally, you'd be able to type to an agent, I want to move ETH from Ethereum to Fantom, and it just does it.
I mean, yeah, that's impressive, man. The word I like there is intent. Kind of a buzzword, but the idea with the intent-based like buys and sells is that you would put in, hey, I want to sell this. And I guess sort of like an aggregator, it's basically going through all the liquidity on the chain you're on and trying to match up that order. So I guess it's different than an aggregator because aggregator is more like finding the best, splitting things up and finding like, what the price is with slippage and blah, blah, blah. So the intent thing's a little different where you're like literally saying, here's what I want. And it goes out to see if it can find it for you.
Yeah, I like it a lot too. I work on a project that's doing something similar where it's just very similar to it's like having like an actual broker. It's like, I'm not supposed to describe it that way because it's like the legality of it, but it's literally like having like, I always have this image in my mind when I was a kid. I was like, when I'm rich and I have like all the stocks, I'll be on the golf course and I'll just be like, I'll call a guy and say, sell this, buy this, sell this, buy this, yeah. Right? And this is the closest you can get with crypto, except it'll be a little AI agent. You pull out your phone and you say, sell Ethereum, buy Fantom or whatever, it's going to be awesome. Yeah. I'm excited to see it because also similar to what we were, or hearkening back to what we were talking about earlier, that cross bridge thing, just having like a bridge like this that's like as simple to use as possible is huge, especially with Sonic coming out, right? Just like I said, you got to grease those rails, make it as easy as possible to get in. And Owl 2 is deployed on ETH, Bitcoin, Solana. They have like a bunch of other, I don't know what this really means to deploy, but I'm assuming somehow you can deploy smart contracts to their platform. I don't know what this could be.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
But just that bridging and swapping feature is huge. So I just want to point them out because like the foundation gave them a shout out, tweeted them out that they're one of the Blast programs participants. And I have this last little excerpt I pulled, and maybe we can piece this apart. By leveraging AI to predict liquidity changes across different blockchains, the protocol can proactively adjust the configuration of liquidity pools, ensuring sufficient liquidity to support cross-chain transactions at any given time. Just realize that's just the more complex version of what you already said, which is an AI monitoring liquidity levels and just making sure your swap comes through as smooth as possible. So
yeah, no, that's impressive. And yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, anybody that sets something up where you can go straight from Solana to Sonic, I think it's going to do well. I mean, because that's what we need right now. Of course, the EVM chains, not to say that it's not important for them to bridge, but we have tons of good EVM bridge options, right? So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes, man. But very interesting on that. Yeah, I'm very excited to see. I know there's like a couple projects kind of like toying with intent type trading stuff coming to Sonic. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to just change the
brand
game.
new age, dude. Gonna be a brand new age. The thing is, I'm always hearing these stats. I mean, you got kids, so this might hit harder for you than for me. So, like, I don't know how true this is. I just hear these stats where it's saying, like, the younger generations, they don't know how to read. They don't know how to work a computer. They don't know what files or folders are in a computer or whatever. So when you have something, and they're doing all their learning from ChatGPT, so this really is the way of the future, dude. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have these AI agents. Otherwise, it's going to be inaccessible for anyone under the age of 30.
Yeah, I would say we're reaching that like singularity point where it's going to be like computers kind of just do everything for us, right?
Yeah. Well, they even operate themselves. You don't even know how to work the computer. You just tap a picture.
Back in my day, I had to find a VPN that would let me log in to some sketchy ass exchange in Italy where I could move my stellar lumens over there to get USDT, but it was so low liquidity. Then I had to move it to the exchange in Canada. Then I had to turn that into Atom. Then when I was done with that, maybe I could get into Gemini and get some Bitcoin. Okay. So you kids don't know how hard you got it. Just opening up your Fantom wallet and saying money, please.
It's so true, dude. That's so true. When I first got started in this, I had to sell my identity to a Mexican fucking cartel member just to get off-ramped through Kraken or some shit. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Millennial struggle is real, dude. I have one last thing that's a little bit more fun if you got time, like 5 minutes. All right, last one here. So Sminem, who we play on the show a lot, he saved the market. We play him every time there's a good day in the market.
Yeah.
This guy Sminem, look at how wait, I don't have him on the screen. Look how adorable he is.
Sminem.
So he's opened up he's launched a meme coin, I suppose.
Oh Lord. Oh wow. Yes.
He's got an NFT project, and I say about time for everything that he's done for the crypto industry. It's about time that he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he makes $1 billion.
Yeah, I hope he makes half as much money as he's made everyone else. And then there's
yeah, you're not kidding. He's got the NFTs and everything. Yeah.
He also has I don't know what the fuck this is, dude. Some sort of auction. So I wanted to front run him on DJ Express, but I guess he's already done it.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna do it again, and I'm going to rug this token. I want to tell everyone that right now. This is a community-owned community, whatever the fuck it's called, community token takeover.
CTO.
It's a CTO, except like I'm gonna rug it before that happens. So I just want everyone to know that.
Dude, you made a synonym.
Made a synonym, dude. There's no Telegram, there's no anything on this. I'm going to just immediately rug this immediately.
Well, I don't know if you can rug it now. The visor coming.
Oh no, I'm dumping immediately. I'll make 14 Fantom off of it, and I'll be happy to do it. But no, yeah, just in honor of Sminem, all profits and proceeds I think should go to Sminem, but they're not going to. I'm probably just going to keep them.
Well, I'm going to go pull that up here in a second, very, very fast. But yeah, it's Tuesday. We're usually here Tuesday, Friday. I don't know what Friday will look like. It's a holiday here in the U.S., but we might be back next Tuesday instead of Friday. We'll see. But yeah, as always, GMSONIC talk for the X streams, probably where you're watching right now, since that's where the majority of people watch. But shout out to our YouTube viewers, GM_Sonic on YouTube. And of course, anywhere you get podcasts, these things get edited up and thrown up there eventually. So yeah, let's keep Fantom over $1. Let's get Bitcoin over 100K. Let's line our pockets with digital gold.
And let's get Corval something worth rugging here. Just kidding. I'm just probably going to forget that this even exists. But
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I got to hop off here because everybody's front running me. So But we will see you guys later this week.
Peace, fellas and ladies.